welcome to the Vigilance Committee. Today we have a Veterans Affairs, is it media? A Veteran Affairs media with us today. We're going to be featuring his body of work. I do have a video that I want to put out here just to kind of introduce him. And it's a friend of his. So let me pull this up if I can find it here.
Well, while you're pulling that up, I'll go ahead and interrupt you and do some housekeeping as usual.
Perfect.
I do want to say thank you for everybody coming in and spending time with us. Um, waiting for or spending all your afternoon with us. I have a feeling this is going to be a good one. It is a Veteran Affairs media, and the actions that have been taken for this against him as far as the VA goes. I mean, we all hear horror stories and I can't I can't help it. But I pretty much want to go in and kind of put my foot down and say, listen, you need to treat this person with respect. You need to give him the medical care that he needs. You need to. But that'll never happen because my alligator mouth will override my hummingbird ass at that point. Um, so, all our mods, of course, you guys know, go ahead and link every channel. Hello, Weldon, Carey, Jugs, Cliff's, Stephanie, Mr. Nikki, STD58.
Nikki's.
No, no, no. We don't say those kind of things.
We don't have
Oh,
favorite.
no, and Just Muckster is in here. And we are also streaming on Rumble today, so you guys can, you know, subscribe to us on Rumble.
Switch back and forth.
Um, yeah, if you want, it doesn't matter. Um, Other than that, welcome in. Oh, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment is in the house also. I see he has me so distracted by what he said earlier, I almost forgot. And it looks like we're going to show one of his videos. You guys go ahead and go over to Minnesota Black Robe Regiment and, hit the like, share, subscribe, comment. Um, Go ahead and do the same thing for a Veterans Affair Media. Oh, Culture Club made it in too. Go
Yeah,
ahead and
I
go
saw that.
over to Culture Club's channel, like, share, subscribe, comment. You guys, Big Mike, Mike, I sent you an email. You guys keep going, and maybe I'll just talk the whole show.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and play the video right now.
All right.
This is just a small introduction for AVA. Here we go.
I'm here to talk to you today about my friend AVA, a Veterans Affairs Media. Some of you might know me from my channel, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment. I'm the host and founder of that show. I'm also the co-host of Veteran Nation along with Mike Arthur. Both of us would consider AVA a good friend and a brother in arms, fellow veteran. And what AVA is here to tell you today is about his experience trying to get a redress of his grievances heard when the Veterans Affairs Administration failed him. You see, AVA went off, signed up to fight for his country, and was then abandoned when he needed them the most. You see, for over 20 years, well, really for over 82 years, we have spent our time sending young men and now young women off to fight senseless wars. And especially for the last 20 plus years, we have been sending them off into the longest protracted engagement in the United States military, only to bring them home and abandon them. And that's exactly what AVA experienced. See, My brother in arms, my fellow veteran, didn't go overseas to fight in different combats of theater. He didn't sign up in the military to kill innocent people. He signed up because he wanted to serve his country. And at the end of that time of service, he expected to be taken care of, like the promise said he would be. Sadly, he's been abandoned. And you can have whatever political view you want. You can have whatever perspective on war that you want to have. But no matter what that perspective is, you have to acknowledge that we owe our veterans something. We owe them for being even willing to put their life on the line. But that's not what is happening. And we've seen this play out time and time and time again, whether it be strictly on my channel or on my show or over at Veterans Nation. We have talked to countless veterans who have all suffered exactly the same problems, exactly the same treatment. So I want you to pay close attention to what my brother has to say in this video. I want you to pay close attention to how he's treated in this video. And I want you to ask yourself, when you think about people who swear an oath to the Constitution of the United States, who swear an oath to keep and defend the Republic free from enemies both foreign and domestic, if this is what you expect to see them treated as when they come home and look for that help that they deserve.
That's all I'm going to play of that video. If you want to see the rest of it, go to Minnesota Black Robe Regiment and take a look at that video. It's pretty good. All right. Any words of Veterans Affairs Media about Minnesota Black Robe?
The words I do have, thank you, TC. Thank you for providing a message on my behalf. That meant a lot to me.
Perfect. All right. So the very first video that we're going to share here is healthcare held hostage. And let me get over here to present it. Got these tremors, so it's hard for me to navigate on the computer. So here we go. All right, so make the picture big, and let's just get started. I love this movie, by the way, Tombstone, one of my favorites.
You called down the thunder, well, now you got it.
Sorry. Sorry
You
about
were
the screaming, guys.
You were covertly filming staff. Oh my God. Secure messages. I kind of love this. Um, and we could go through the whole montage, but what I'd like to get to is what's really going on and what are all these people really doing? I mean, we can see the documents on a lot of things, but I kind of want to play where it's got video evidence from February 2nd, 2023, Mike Alvarado. Who is Mike Alvarado?
So Mike Alvarado is the patient advocate. Well, he's supposed to be a patient advocate, but he's the patient advocate for the McClellan VA. And he's the one who started this mess.
He said you were being disruptive and he reported you to
Yeah,
a
because
behavior committee.
because of the fact that I approached him personally and told him that I know that he was involved and that he filed a police report against me. And he took that as a threat and called the police while he was in the back room. And the whole thing is that I was in a wheelchair, and this guy towered over his desk and tried to intimidate me and try to talk down to me. If you don't comply to what these people say to you, they have a button that they push that calls the police.
Okay, and I've seen
Right there
these
at that
police
scene.
reports too. So you sent me like 6 of them, and I read through them before we started the show today. So whatever is on his videos, and if he says that there was a police report, a false police report, and what they said, I've seen the actual documents. So people need to know that. But it's got personal identifiable information on it, so I'm not going to share those documents. I don't have a way to block them out. I don't know how to do it, so we're not going to show them.
So this guy, Mike Alvarado, and my primary care doctor at the time, didn't like the way that I was talking to them, meaning I will hold you accountable, because they were canceling my appointments, saying that I was a no-show, the various things that we all hear. So they turned it around on me, and this is the patient advocate, and he's supposed to be on our side, but he's on the doctor's side.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, too. I had a question for you. How many times have you shown up to an appointment only to find out they canceled your appointment because they don't really want to see you because they're all afraid of you for some stupid reason because of all these reports that this guy put out there, and it's like red flagged you with everybody now. So nobody wants to
Right.
even keep an appointment with you. How many times has that happened where you actually showed up to the appointment only to find out it was canceled?
4 of them for sure. That was just last year. So I would say 6 in total. That was just within the last 3 years. Might not seem like a long time, but we have to wait to get appointments.
Right. And in the meantime, you are going without your medicines, everything.
Right.
You're
Even
not
right
getting
now, as we speak, I'm losing out on care. I'm almost out of medication.
and you
And the
probably
last time I
scheduled an
went,
appointment.
oh yeah, I scheduled an
Yeah.
appointment, and I keep getting a runaround. They told me, oh, you have to talk to this person, and then that person told me you need to talk to this person, and then so on and so on until I get through the circle about 5 or 6 times.
And then when you finally do show up, you find out it's canceled half the time or
Yeah,
whatever. Or they don't want to give you any kind of service or medications or anything.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
And they like to make me look like a threat.
Yeah.
I have to ask, only because some of our viewers don't understand, okay? The VA is like a managed healthcare system, but are you still able to take like the TRICARE and go and see a civilian doctor?
Okay, so there is a program within the VA. It's called the community care, and that's what it's supposed to be for. But they have so many hoops that I have to jump through in order to get that care. Like you have to have an appeal done to express what medical reasons that they have justified for you to even go. But it's called community care, and it works like you say, like I need neurological stuff, and they don't want to provide it at the VA. They would put a referral in, and community care team will try to find a doctor as close as possible to me that provides that care.
Yep. And then Nikki, I can answer the question on TRICARE. TRICARE is only for retired, like they put in 20 years, or active duty military. Just us regular peon vets, we don't get TRICARE, which is the best healthcare insurance in the world. So
Yeah, they got us on Tri-West, or well, over here we have Tri-West for the VA.
mhm. Yeah, but it's not really TRICARE. Where
Right,
you
not
go see
TRICARE.
doctor
Yes.
yeah, because they can go see any doctor they want to see, and everything's completely paid for. So with TRICARE.
Which every veteran should get.
Yes, absolutely. Every veteran should get TRICARE, but only the elite, retired, and active duty. Which active duty? I don't, that I think they should get TRICARE. They should have all their health care paid for while they're in active duty. But I think even our veterans, after they get out, they should have their health care completely paid for, especially if it's service related um, needs that they have. So that's just my opinion, but I'm right. Um, where should we go with this video? It's a video where it's mostly reports, you contradicting some of the reports that have been put in there.
Right. So that conversation that I'm having with that guy, his name is Patrick Kowalski, and he's in charge of the Disruptive Behavior Committee. It took me a month to prove my innocence for this guy to release me from my flag, even though it was a false flag that they put on me. And I told him that what they sent me was a gag order because they told me that if I continued to use the secure messaging system to tell them how I feel, that they were going to take my care away, they were going to stop me from coming in. Basically told me if I don't stop exposing them, that they were going to punish me.
Okay. So tell me about this guy on the upper left here. Who is he?
That is David Stockwell. He is the director of the Northern California VA system.
Okay.
All these characters here are involved in the current situation.
Okay.
The
So
man to the right of him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about this guy on the left, though. What has he done as far as has he? I mean, what's his story with that relates to your
So-
situation?
How it relates to me is he is the final say-so in any medical decision that a doctor and a patient have. Like the photo of the man next to him is the chief of staff, Dr. Cahill,
Okay.
and whatever he says goes to Mr. Stockwell, and then Mr. Stockwell signs off. Well, the problem is that Mr. Stockwell never read my my denial letter and just signed off on it, not reading the facts on why I needed to be in outside care.
Okay, so he's just another empty suit, right? It doesn't really do
Correct.
anything. He's
No, and he's not even a veteran.
okay. And is
And
this guy a veteran?
besides not being a veteran, is he a doctor? Does he have a medical
Nope.
degree?
Nope, he's just some Joe Schmo that rose
He's
up in the ranks.
financial. I'll bet he's the financial guy. If it costs money, we're going to deny it, or he's going to approve a denial. And this guy on the right, is he a doctor as well, or no?
Yes, that's Dr. Cahill. Dr.
Okay.
Cahill is the one who denied my care.
Okay.
He
And
denied
what
my
was the
care
reason
because
he gave?
he gave that I have no qualifications. Like I'm not qualified to go outside of care. But he also took the narrative of me being a threat and didn't want me to go to outside care and threaten other people because of the woman that's at the middle and the bottom. She's my primary care doctor, Inderpreet Rathore, who told everybody that I was going to come in there and kill them. I'm sorry, I was going to come in there and delete everybody.
Okay. And from
Yes,
my
she did.
understanding, you've never actually met this woman.
Correct.
Face
I
to
have
face.
never once seen her face to face. I've only spoken to her on the phone.
Wow. Okay. So evidently she just didn't like you and decided.
Well, she didn't like the
Straight.
fact that I told her I was going to hold her accountable for canceling my appointments.
Aha. Okay. And then who's this woman over here to the right of her?
That is Joanne Castro. Joanne Castro is the person who, how do I say this? By my medical record, she's the one who originally denied me, and she's not legally allowed to deny anybody care because she's not a doctor. And
Wow.
I found out through side sources that she's done this to other veterans as well.
So she's just one of those administrators.
Correct. That's all she is. She's the administrator for the primary care team.
Okay. And she takes the words of these types of people, these doctors that have never seen you, saying that you are a threat to them. And so she just, okay. And then who's this guy on the far left here with the clown mask on?
That's patient advocate Mike Alvarado, and
Okay.
he and Interpret Thor are the ones who created the threat.
Okay. So, folks, if you want to watch the last 20 minutes of this, it's mostly kind of a narration from you in writing, right? So people can read
Right.
everything that's been going on. And I think it's good information, but for our show and this show's purposes, and a lot of people, they just get bored with all that kind of stuff. So, but if you really want to know the ins and outs and the details of his story, this would be a good resource for you. This one, here's what I like right here, where we actually get to see AVA on screen. Now this one here is Congress in bed with Allied Universal Security? Now this one's very interesting. I watched this one today, and it does seem that way because of how you did something in here, which is really kind of cool and ingenious to find out if the people are actually getting your documents that you're trying to get to them. So I'm gonna just start playing it, and then I want you to tell me to pause if you need me to pause, and we can discuss things. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
You want to beat my ass, man? This guy just threatened me.
I didn't say I didn't say
You better
that.
call your buddies up
I
because
didn't
it's
say
gonna take
that.
more than you
I didn't
pudgy.
say that.
Porky pig. Popped your cherry.
You broke the cherry. You're so you don't act.
Roger, and you would know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. You're a right-wing nutcase, I bet you. Right-wing nutcase. Right-wing nutcase. Right-wing nutcase.
Can I go more real?
No filming. No filming.
Can you?
You can't film me in
back
here.
up, man. You guys are really strange
No,
sometimes,
you're
man.
the straight.
I really like the way you're editing these. This one, and this is kind
Yeah,
of just
he
the
seems like a
introduction.
tweaker.
Yeah, he does. He's like really animated, crazy.
Stick me underneath.
I'm gonna make a thumbnail. It's gonna be funny.
You called down the thunder. Well, now you got it.
If they happen to have like a cork board here, I'm gonna put this up on the wall. I'm pretty sure it's backwards, but it says VA malpractice. There's no names on there, but I put my page on there so that if there is a cork board, they're gonna see these criminals. See that? That's Philip Norton's signature there. He knows about this entire case. Got a little tactic here. Pretty sure some of you know what's going on here. We got the good old fishing line just to see who comes to the door. Locked. It's locked. Again. Push for ass. Distance. Quick, run! Let's pretend we're not here.
Okay, stop.
The doctor is not in.
So the reason why I said that is because I could hear them in there giggling.
Okay. So you know they're in there. All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch what he does next here. It's pretty ingenious. I love it. Because you already know they're in there, so you're kind of setting them up to see if they take your paperwork.
As a doctor, Ami Bera has always put service first, and he believes that Congress should also be a place of service. I've watched Ami fight for the things that matter to Sacramento County families, like protecting Medicare and Social Security.
And this Ami Bera is the congressman that you were trying
Right,
to
he's my-
impress with to help.
Correct. That's my representative. And that video that I have playing there is to show what he campaigns compared to what he does in real life.
Right. Yeah, and Obama's endorsing it. So, okay.
And helping hundreds of veterans throughout the district get the care they've earned. Vote for Ami and vote for a brighter future for your family and for an America we all believe in.
I'm Dr. Ami Bera, and I approve this message.
That's right, Lisa. I can tell you that the Barrow family appeared stunned by today's ruling from the judge. Certainly not the outcome that they were hoping for, because he is now going to prison and will be at least a year behind bars. The prosecution very successful. This federal courthouse was packed with supporters today of the Congressman Bera's family. The elderly patriarch, 83 years old, walked into the courtroom, used
Going to prison for fraud, wasn't it? The campaign fraud?
Correct. 2 counts of election fraud.
Yeah, so I mean, and let's get endorsed and do nothing. And we're going to show that he does nothing. Deb Anderson says it's just disgusting to me how these people get away with lying about veterans and picking and choosing who they help. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There we go.
a cane today for support. Now, Babalal Bera has already pled guilty back in May to 2 counts of election fraud for soliciting illegal campaign contributions in 2010, an election Ami Bera lost, and also 2020.
No, you got to put that back up there, Nikki. I want to read that. That is hilarious. Utah Defender says politicians can put their heads in their collective asses and fight for air. I love it.
12, an election Bera won and first went to Washington.
That was another veteran too, by the way. He was a Green Beret. So Utah Defender. I like it.
D.C. as a California congressman in a very hotly contested district. The question here today was how much time should the elder Bera serve behind bars, if any, and how much should he pay in fines? The government wanted him put in prison for a year and to pay $130,000. The defense wanted just 3 years home confinement only, and that's what was being argued today. But the judge said that it was important to send a message here because there were voluminous examples of election fraud in 2 separate elections. And as a result, he has sentenced the elder Bera to 1 year and 1 day behind bars in a federal prison. In addition, he will have to pay $100,000 fine, and then on top of that must serve 36 months. That's 3 years in home confinement.
So he basically gave him everything. Both sides got everything, which I love. All right, so here's you going into his office.
I mean, I've been working here for like 3 or 4 years. I've never seen a good one.
Damn. So that very door that you were just at, this woman, was she a nurse or a secretary that works there? And she said,
so here's Ami Bera's secret hiding place, right? So he has his federal office inside of an insurance building.
Wow.
So the woman that's talking to me is one of the employees for one of the insurance companies in the building.
And she said, I've been working here for 3 or 4 years and I've never seen anybody in there.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right, 3 or 4 years. I just put my paperwork underneath the door here and it's gone, man. Right here, I put my documents right there.
Hey, Cliff, hang on
slid it
just a
under the
second,
door
will
'cause
you?
There's nowhere proper to put it out here, there, right?
Yep.
Utah Cop Watch, this is an order. You better be listening while you're driving, not watching while you're driving. Sorry, I just had to do it.
All right.
And then
So,
also, I want you to notice the guy, Donald, his demeanor right now. He's completely calm. He's cool with me. And then he gets a phone call.
Okay. And see, you'd already wired up the paperwork, slid it under the door, and then you put that that picture of those 4 people in this slot here. I'll play it until we see the slot.
And it's gone.
There it is. It's gone. You put it right in that slot there with the pictures of the 4 people, and now it's gone. So you know they were out there.
Right. Okay. They have a camera in that little black box off to the right side of the door.
Did you ever get that video footage off that camera?
No.
Okay.
I didn't. At that time, I was still learning how FOIA works, and I didn't even realize I could do that.
Right. Okay. All right. Here we go.
He took the bait.
I've been here for a minute, you know.
Because he said he moved the flags. I said, hey.
Who said that?
The worker.
Oh no, get that dude back out here, man. That's illegal, man. You stole. I don't. Whatever. No, all of it's gone, homie. I'm not mad at you. I'm telling you, that's my personal information. You guys are floating around in this building.
You said you only moved the flag, right?
And so I moved the flag to get to that access hatch that's right above it. And then when I was done, saw that what I needed wasn't up there, I simply moved the flag back.
So were there any documents? Was there a piece of paper right here that had pictures on it? And there was a document that was sitting right here in the doorway. Somebody picked it up, man.
I did not see any documents. I wasn't looking for any
Really?
documents. I do apologize.
All right, so what are we gonna do about this? Can we shake down this building? Because it's my personal information, guys.
I apologize. Yeah, no, I didn't see anything. Like I said, I simply.
It has my address and my phone number on it. It's floating in this building now.
All right, hold on.
Where's the cameras in this place, man? Somebody needs to fess up. This is my personal paperwork. You didn't see nothing out here. No papers. There was nothing there, and there was nothing under that door.
Not that I know. Like I said, I only came here for the access hatch of the building.
Sneaky snakes in this building.
Nothing, we don't got access to the congressman's office. So you gotta contact the congressman.
You know, I think those cameras are for people that come up to the door so they can see you coming. And then when you slide the papers underneath, they just still pretend that there's nobody there. Because they don't want to deal with the public at all, right?
Right. So I was going to tell you, we don't have to watch.
No, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was saying that.
All right. Oh, I was going to say, if you guys are going to interrupt each other, I'll interrupt. Just so that you know, we do have the angry vet who is listening. He is in the well, he is not in the chat. Baltimore County Observer's in the chat. So I guess now we got to all watch our P's and Q's.
No, I'm sure he's listening to support. So thanks for being here, Baltimore County Observer. And you guys must be traveling together today. So you're watching. You're watching. He's probably driving as usual. Here we go.
All right. They don't like it when I call them, man. That's the whole reason why I'm here. Somebody want to steal? You guys aren't gonna go and maybe knock on some doors?
What can we do? I can't come knock at the door and go, you got some files? You got files? What are you looking at?
So what are you securing? That's my personal information, sir.
You should have stood there by it. You should have stood by your personal stuff. Shouldn't just leave important stuff there and be gone for a while. Yeah, see, this is the manager right here of the property.
Can I get a business card? I mean, did I blame you?
No, but I'm just saying.
So why don't you go ahead and calm down a little bit, sir?
Okay,
I told you.
Okay, but you calm down and expect me to go knocking at everybody's door and go, hi, do you got any documents? Go, of course we have documents. What kind of documents? I don't know. Some gentleman said some.
All right. So Phoenix says, Cliff, don't they only see veterans? They're not civilians? No, not in all the VAs. Especially in AVA's area, I think, well, I'll just let you explain it, AVA. How many of the people that are treating you or any veteran are veterans themselves?
Okay, so at my specific VAs, the only people that are veterans there are the janitors and the patient advocate and a couple of the VA police officers. The rest of them are civilians.
Yeah. And I would assume
but the people that they see, like I can't walk into a VA and be seen. It only
I
is
guess,
veterans. Unless
right,
I
it's
was
not
a
a public,
dependent,
like a
right?
clinic or anything. Right, if you were a dependent or a widow, then you would definitely be covered and can go to the VA. But other than that, it's not like an open hospital, like a Kaiser or whatever everybody else has. It's not a public hospital.
Right. Okay. But you're saying that in your facility, the people treating veterans, you rarely find another veteran that's actually treating veterans at your particular facility. Okay.
Every single primary care doctor, all the specialty care doctors, they're all civilians.
They've never been a veteran. They've never been in the military, so they don't even speak our language. Perfect.
Not in my experience.
documents.
Okay, well then, would you mind if I go and knock on the doors and ask for my personal information?
Yeah,
You don't mind?
I don't know.
All right. Jeez, man.
Okay, so Don says he doesn't mind. He doesn't. No, go ahead, knock on doors and see if you can find your paperwork. That's all we're going to show with this one.
Right. So I want to give a little bit more into this video that you don't see. This was a Thursday afternoon. Later on this evening, they're gonna Ami Bera's office contacts the sheriff department. The sheriff calls me Saturday morning. Well, I don't know. He gave them my phone number, told them to tell me not to come back or they were going to trespass me.
Even though you had permission by Don, the security clown, to knock on everybody's door and see if you can find your paperwork.
And that was the sheriff's thing. The sheriff told me, "Were you knocking on doors? You're not supposed to be in there knocking on doors. They asked that you not return." Like, wow, okay.
Yeah, Nikki, you can go ahead and take that down. I'm not even going to answer that question. Today is Sunday. It's not Wednesday, open panel. All right, here we go. So this next one that I want to share.
Yeah, Utah Defender. It's 100% correct.
All right, so here's where we come into Escaping Evil Lady in Blue. And this is just the first part one. And again, I get to hear bring down the wrath.
And the thunder, well, now you got it.
All right, so basically what you're doing is you're going to a cardiology department to get your pacemaker checked, right? And they refuse. The departments, so you weren't able to even get your pacemaker checked on this?
Right. So on this date, August of 2023, it had already been over a year of me asking for an appointment that fits my schedule because I only have Thursdays available, and I can't get any other day. And I've explained this to the VA for multiple years, and they've always made my appointments on Thursdays. Cardiology didn't want to do that, and I asked them, I said, "Can you send me to community care?" And they still refused to do it. So after a year of asking, I just said, "Screw it! I'm going to go inside and ask for it." So they can't hang up on me this time, and they can't tell me to go away. But this is what happens when you go in and advocate for yourself.
So Unqualified Immunity is asking a question. It looks like, can you go to your local emergency room and let them know the VA is refusing care? Yeah, but you probably have to pay for it.
Yeah, I could do that. And yeah, you're right. I would have to pay for that out of pocket. I don't have the money to do that. I would have done that a very long time ago. And that's why I'm asking for community care, so I don't have to go to the VA physically.
Right. And you don't have to go to an emergency room where it's very expensive.
Right.
So
also, one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I was just about to say that name is incorrect. I was told by different people that that's not that lady's name. I just don't have her name. And then this day that I go in, I keep in mind I am 14 months negative past having my battery changed for my pacemaker.
Okay. All right. So right here, you come to this appointment. Here we go.
Last 4. Date of birth. Okay. Can you say your first name? Appointment for cardiology or pulmonary?
For cardiology.
Okay. Let me see. Have you talked to your primary care
Yeah.
about cardiology yet?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm here because I'm trying to get my pacemaker checked, but your doctors feel that it's unnecessary for me to be able to schedule my own appointment. So I'm here to schedule a Thursday appointment to get my pacemaker checked.
Okay, so
And if you guys try to tell me that you only have the clinic on Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm going to need the policy that states that you're allowed to do that. Yeah.
well, we do only have them on Mondays.
Oh,
and
I know
Tuesdays.
that's
don't
what you
a
have
policy.
because you guys make your own rules.
Well, we have people who can come here on certain days.
Right.
He does procedures on Mondays.
Yeah.
Or on Thursdays. That's why he can't be in clinic.
Okay.
Because he's doing heart procedures.
That's
So.
it's interesting. There's only one doctor.
We have 2 doctors. One's here on Mondays. One's here on Tuesdays.
And they can't change the schedule.
No, because they have other jobs. They work at UC Davis
all right.
the rest of the week as well.
I'm going to need that information because I don't believe it.
Okay.
Well, even if it's true, wouldn't they have to? Okay, so why is it only Thursdays that you can schedule an appointment? And I mean,
Because
really, you shouldn't have to even tell us, but they should cater to you, and if they can't, they should be able to get you to somebody that can see you on a Thursday.
Right. That's what it's supposed to be like, and that's what community care is for. But the VA, in my opinion, doesn't like sending veterans to community care because they can't profit off of it. They have to pay to send us out.
Right, and there's no money in that. Okay, I got you.
Correct. But the reason why I can only do Thursdays is because that's the only day that my wife has off from work that will allow me to take care of my appointments.
Yep. So I'm going to answer this question. My opinion would be yes. What's your opinion on this question that Jugglasses has?
Right. I don't know if they would be charged because honestly, that day they told me that that I had to come in on on when it was their time or nothing at all. They would rather see me die because, like I said, I was already negative 14 months on my battery change, and that meant nothing to them.
Wow. And you did tell this
And-
lady this too, right? Of course, she's
Oh yeah,
just
they already know. I have like at least 50 secure messages telling them, "Hey, my battery is past changing time," because they only last for 8 years. And when they did finally change it, I was already 19 months negative.
Okay. Yep. Utah Defender does have a book called Stand Up America, ! By Walt English. That's his name. And he said he's got a way to solve this problem. It would be ended by now if they'd have just taken his advice. And I think in his book too, he did talk to a congresswoman about these things, and she liked his ideas. And then she woke up dead one day. So, all right, let's continue.
What the hell?
Because the longer you guys wait, you don't realize I've had this pacemaker since 2013. The batteries are made to last for maybe 8 years, Roger. So with that said, I'm running out of time, and you guys think it's funny.
Nobody said that it was funny.
Well, I don't either. So can I please have an appointment on Thursday?
Let me read some notes real quick. Give me just a minute. I was just gonna say, just have a seat. I'm gonna go talk to my nurse real quick, okay?
Roger. This time they can't hang up on me. So I got an idea, right? How about we just schedule me a surgery so you guys can pull the damn thing out?
Jess Buckster, I think we're going to cover that too. you wouldn't, and I'm laughing because I don't want to.
Yeah, I'm currently in a court case about that.
Yeah, egregious what happened to him with transportation. Horrible.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
Yeah,
that's a pretty interesting story.
I'll never have to worry about it again.
I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm trying to get my pacemaker checked.
Okay, is that what April's working on?
I hope.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Yes. Hi. Could be better.
Da 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 da. Fire starter. He's saying. Okay.
This lady is absolutely 100% against me.
And you're just now meeting her for the first time right here?
Right, face to face. She's the one I've been arguing with in my secure messaging to get checked.
Okay. Yeah, and you're like way overdue to have that pacemaker checked out to make sure it's functioning well. It's just egregious what they're doing here. It's like they don't care either. It's government, red tape,
Yeah,
red tape.
We're just paychecks.
Yep. Hurry up and wait, just like when we were in the military. Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes you can wait forever. Here we go.
How are you?
Good, thanks. Is that recording?
Yes.
You can't record at the VA.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Then you might want to call the police and check.
Yeah, because I'm not consenting to you recording me.
Okay, okay. So what are we gonna do?
So either you turn that off and we can have our conversation, or
You can call the police, so I'm not turning it off.
okay.
Wait, hold on. I want to tell you something
I'll
though.
be right
You're a public official, right? So right now, what I'm doing is holding you accountable. I am recording my public officials in their public capacity. It's called the First Amendment.
Okay.
So have fun with that one.
This is federal property though. All right.
Carry on.
Let me make sure that we
Yeah.
have a third party.
Good thing I fought for my constitutional rights, right? All of you guys
Good thing. I just don't care. Yeah. I thought I heard somebody. Was there somebody wanting to say something?
That was me. I was just copying her, mocking her. Good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Good thing that we swear an oath to the Constitution and fight for it, and you just trounced all over it. Yeah. Good thing.
Only thing I can say is I'm glad that Deb Anderson said this and not me,
Yeah.
because
Love it.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could actually see it on her face. Absolutely. Like, don't video me. Don't video me lying to you, because I'm going to, and she knows she's going to. That's why he doesn't want her want him videoing.
Right. And they don't realize that all the secure messages are actually logged and they never disappear.
Yeah. Yeah. She is a legend in her own mind, Utah Defender. Not trying to offend anyone, but the truth is the government wants you to go overseas to protect assets. They would rather have you die and not come home.
100% agreed. So that they don't have to pay for us. They would rather leave us.
Yeah. Yeah. And like Minnesota Black Robe Regiment says, that, you go over there, you come back, and then they abandon you, So, Culture Club, we need to force the government to do better for veterans. How about we abolish transgender surgeries in the military and focus on real issues like this man's unreal. Yeah. Okay.
sacrificed your bodies for her to throw your rights away.
No, go ahead, AVA.
That's something that that bothers me too, is that the VA also pays for gender surgeries, but they won't pay for braces for people that are chewing on their own faces.
And they won't let you even get a pacemaker checked out to make sure it doesn't.
No
fail.
pacemaker. But if I wanted to change genders, they'll do that overnight.
Yeah, yeah. They've got everything backwards. Everything is upside down, inside and out. What's right is wrong, and what's wrong is right. This day and age, it's sickening. There we go.
That's basically what she just said. This is terrible. All this because I want to get my pacemaker checked. I didn't ask to be this way.
Yeah, they don't want you to get your pacemaker. Okay, so men, it's like immediately VA police is showing up here. Okay, here we go.
Hey, what's up, Artie?
Nothing.
How can I help you today?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. I
Oh.
heard you were out here and they asked you that there was no appointments for you today or something?
I didn't call you, man. You don't need to talk to me.
Pardon?
I said I did not call you, sir.
Oh, I know. You didn't call me. Someone else called me.
Okay, for what?
Are you having an appointment here today or no?
I'm here to make an appointment.
Okay.
Yeah, they know that. So go ahead and educate them on what's the First Amendment, sir.
Okay, terrific.
That's Sergeant Horton right there, right?
Who wants an appointment on Thursday? Pacemaker, you don't have to put it on the skates, and I don't even have a consult to schedule.
And they won't even send me to community care, folks. I'm 100% service connected, by the way.
Okay, now I'm getting curious, Utah Defender. Do you use the VA at all yourself? Just asking if he can get his crotch remodeled.
For an overhaul.
I don't believe he uses the VA for his health care. So veterans can never go to the emergency room unless they pay for it. Yeah. Unless you just go there and then never pay the bill and then your credit goes bad. I don't know if that's changed or not.
The only way that you can go to the ER to a normal ER would be like, say I got in a car accident and I needed immediate help. I have a card that I can provide to the ER that,
and then the
tells
VA
them
has to pay for it. They have to pay the bill.
Right.
But
you have to be in a bad enough accident for them to cover it.
Yeah. Right. So your pacemaker has to actually fail, and then they haul you into the emergency room and change out your
Right, so
pacemaker. So if you're not
it's
dead,
all money.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Then they'll pay for it.
And then it's gonna be Monday or Tuesday.
No, that's all you want to provide.
How are you?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't they required to give you community care if they cannot help you with your pacemaker situation and get you an appointment? I mean,
Yes,
and how long have you been waiting to have this pacemaker checked out? How many months has it been that you were supposed to have it checked out?
Correct. They use the excuse of we have the facility available for you. We have a day available for you, but they're not.
And you have to conform to
doing
those days, Monday or Tuesday.
Correct.
You can. Okay. So, and there's no way that you could do it on Monday or Tuesday then?
No. Okay. At that time, when I was making this recording, I had my children home 24 hours.
Okay, so there's no way. I mean, you'd have to bring the kids with you, and of course, they're not going to allow that.
Right. And I told the VA that, and they told me, "Hey, bring your kids." Oh, you're insane. I'm not bringing my kids to the VA.
No, you don't want them in that atmosphere. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'm Clay Carter. All righty, sir. They said you only have a patient.
Okay, so the cops are trying to. So they're going to do whatever the nurses.
Yeah, they're trying to appease the nurses and doctors and try to get me out.
Yeah, they're trying to trespass. They're going to try to trespass you, I believe, right?
Right.
At least for the day. I mean, they can't. Well, sometimes they try to trespass you forever, even though it's your facility that you're supposed to go to. It's egregious what they do. Is there any more here that we want to see, or we kind of know what's going to happen?
Yeah, you can tell what's going to happen. Basically, they don't give me the appointment. They wait till I'm pretty much out the door, and then they come running out and tell me, "Hey, we'll let you go to community care."
Oh, okay. And so, were you able to go to community care then?
Yeah, 4 months later.
4 months later. Okay. So you had to get all the paperwork and everything approved, all the T's crossed and I's dotted. And by that time, you could have had your pacemaker go out on you. So that's just wow.
And that's that again. There is a part in this video. We can skip it though. Like I turn around and tell them, "You guys would rather have me die than give me an appointment," and everybody shuts up. Nobody says anything.
Yeah, because they know you're right. All right, so this next one is
part 2 is me leaving the building.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's a shorter one. Let me just go ahead and get right to.
This is the police getting in my business about what they don't need to be in.
Okay.
All right, AVA and Cliff.
Yeah,
we
go
can
ahead.
all be nervous now and not think about somebody being naked in the shower. He's leaving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming by, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment. And
Thank you,
folks,
TC.
Be sure and put his link in the chat too, and everybody should go over there and subscribe to him as well. Same way with
Oh, and Cliff, I do want to let you know that there is somebody else in here that you were saying something about earlier.
Oh yeah, San Joaquin Valley Transparency. You're not supposed to be live when I'm going to go live. We need to coordinate better. I'm just joking, brother. Sorry I couldn't make your live. I was getting ready to do this show with AVA. All right, let's play this encounter here.
Soup,
I'm sorry.
You just had a set schedule. That's impossible.
I do have a set schedule.
So basically, you're telling me you're not going to give me the appointment and you're
doctor's
not
not
going to send me to community care.
The doctor's not here.
What does that have to do with it? Why can't you send me to community
How are
care?
they going to see if they're not here? If they're not here?
Okay, I'll just wait right here.
The
We're going to keep going in a circle, ma'am. You love insanity, don't you?
The professionals are not here to see you, so you can't. Anyway.
Yeah.
You can sit here all you want.
What's your name?
I don't have to tell you that.
Really? Really? She don't have to tell us that. So that's why you got the name wrong too, because you said this is not the lady's name. So
See, the interesting thing is that the patient advocate is the one who gave me that name. So he threw somebody under the bus.
Yeah. So this woman's probably freaking out every time because somebody's probably calling saying, giving her the right act, and she doesn't have anything to do with it. Why does this happen? Because the people keep paying money and allowing it to happen. Wake up, America! It's way past time to take our country back. Absolutely right. Let's continue on this. Well, and she's just stupid. She is just stupid because she doesn't get the fact that if you're not going to see her, if you can't see a doctor today, they're not here. The professionals aren't here. They can't see you. But you've been saying, then give me a thing saying I can go to community care. She doesn't hear that part at all. It's like in one ear and out the other.
They're programmed. They have their set ways, and people tell them like, "Hey, don't give these people community care. Do what you can to keep them here."
Yeah, and just ignore them when they mention community care. Yeah. All right.
Hey, Utah Defender, I have a question for you. Can you figure out what the purpose of the business office is at the VA? Like, what's their true intent? I know it's kind of vague. Don't have time to get into that. Email me. I'm going to get your book too.
Utah Defender. Well, I don't want to ask you while we're on the live stream. I do have his contact information. I don't know if he wants to give it to you, so we'll find out.
Okay,
if
thank
he
you.
does, I'll get back to you on it. Here we go.
I don't trust you. Cool light, man.
Thanks, Utah Defender. I will give him your contact information after we get off of here.
I think that everybody was worried too, the fact that I had my combat helmet on.
I like it. Yeah, you were trying to protect your identity, right? To other people.
LT, you're still stalking me.
What's that?
I'll say that he turned the alarm off to try to scare me away from his car.
Oh, he set it off? Okay.
Yeah.
The purpose of the VA is to be a suppository to all vets far and wide. A suppository. I don't know. Am I reading that wrong?
Basically, the purpose of the VA is to be a royal pain in the fucking ass.
Or to just flush
Yes.
vets down the toilet. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think so too. I think that's their whole existence is to try to kill our vets, basically. Get rid of them. And qualified immunity. VA true intent.
Somebody told me one time. Dang, man, I keep stepping over you. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Somebody told me one time a saying is deny, deny, and deny till the veteran dies.
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably a running joke within the veterans. Yeah. Just like hurry up and wait. When, they tell us we were going to go do something and we all had to hurry up. And then it was like hours we're sitting there waiting to actually do the task that they said what they wanted us to do. So it's just crazy. It's just part of the whole system, and it's government. Government is so full of red tape. They'd screw up a wet dream. I'm telling you, that's our government for us. All right, here we go.
Actually, yeah, you can escort me. Let's go to building 700, sir.
Player 2 has entered the game.
700? Two of you?
Are you doing 700?
I said I need you to escort me to 700.
Okay, I will go with you.
All right. Is that Torres?
That's Mr. Torres.
Hey. So please, can I have that clarification on what I didn't understand?
I think the chief of police already had that meeting with you.
No, he didn't actually.
Yes, he did.
How do you know? You weren't there. You refused to
Because he
show
told
up.
me.
So can I have that clarification? So, and you guys want me to trust you? You can go in front of me, man. I'm not the one with the gun.
Yeah, I don't walk.
I don't care, man. I don't like people walking behind me.
We don't need to escort you, sir. You're not on the flag. Is he on the flag?
No, I was
So you're more than welcome over to.
Look at your hostility. Calm down, man. Calm down.
I'm just telling you, you're not a flag, so you're more than welcome.
I already tried to ask, man. Sorry.
I was going
LT
to give him an escort over to.
LT Horton is the only person here that actually has a fucking soul.
That's
Okay,
totally
would you like to go over there with me and I'll get you?
Yeah,
a ride?
man.
Come on.
I'm not fucking stupid, homie. I know how to read. I may have been in the army, but I'm not that fucking stupid.
I might have been in the army, but I'm not that fucking stupid. Yeah, I've been in the army too.
That's the way they treat us. Like,
we might be
lesser.
dumb, but we're stupid. Yeah, yep. And every other branch of the military treats us the same way. But then I think it's just joking and cajoling anyway. We all respect each other. All veterans do. So have these cops, the VA police, they are also supposed to have been veterans themselves?
I don't know if they're supposed to, but I know that Horton and Torres are definitely prior service.
Huh. And yet they forgot how to speak our language. Weird.
That again, like that's the whole programming. Once they get into the claws of the VA, they're not a person anymore.
Right. They work for the government and they do what the government tells them. They're just following orders like them,
Right.
Like,
Just like
like
you say,
the
they're just following
Germany.
orders.
1930s Germany. Yeah, I'm not going to say the word. Here we go.
Can't understand, man. Man, you're really making me feel uncomfortable. I'm telling you.
He's not going with
Can we walk side by side? Look at him. Come on, man.
He's going around. It's you and I.
Why is he still?
And they should understand this. They should absolutely understand this. Walk side by side, man, guys. Just they've got the guns. They should walk ahead of him. You don't have a gun, and they know it.
Danny, you like he's trying to intimidate me.
Come on, let's go. So you feel that way, man?
If you're sorry, then don't bother me, man.
Yep. Thank you.
Roger, thank you.
Come on, brother.
Shit, man.
Well, at least they finally figured that part out. Wow.
Please stop doing that to me, Max.
And then he's still, he is trying to intimidate you, I believe. Because he's done this for like, what, 3 or 4 times now?
Yeah,
Trying to make you walk ahead of him.
I can't stand him anymore.
Yeah. So what happens here? You go in and
Yeah, we can close it out right here. They take me inside to the patient advocate instead of taking me to building 700, which is the police building, because I wanted to file a report of them denying me care. So they took me to the patient advocate instead, so I couldn't file the report. And then I talked to the patient advocate, told them the situation. They said that they would help, but they didn't, because it took them 4 months to get me the appointment I needed. But later that day, they filed a police report against me, and you'll see the last one that I sent to you. It shows that I'm disorderly. They're going to charge me for disorderly conduct against society.
Figures. And qualified immunity, any insight on why a lot of veterans are police and they seem to be the worst ones? I can give
I don't
you
think
a
I
little
was
bit.
being disorderly.
No, we're talking about policemen that are veterans. A lot of times, when our military bring their, this is hard to say. When they become police officers, they still, some of them, I think, still think that they're at war. And then the culture of policing is that they are at war with the citizenry. And so a lot of them become tyrannical when they become police officers because they still think that they should use military tactics on the American people. So yeah, I believe that our veterans are probably the worst cops. I don't know what AVA's opinion is on that, but I'll let him speak for himself.
I agree with it. I don't think that it's necessarily that they can't become police officers. It's just they need to rewire their mind. I don't know how they can do that, but like you said, they believe in their hearts and their minds that they are at war still. And I've seen it at the VA. They have an arms room in the VA. They are ready for war.
Yeah. This time it's on American citizens and veterans, fellow veterans. It's like, good Lord.
And then one thing that I don't know if this is off topic, but at my VA, something that doesn't help me personally feel safe is the fact that they black out the windows to the police and the dispatcher. So you can't see who's in there or if they're staring at you, plotting against you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like no transparency. It's sickening.
Literally.
So this next video is, and I put this one in. It wasn't suggested, but I wanted to put this one in because it's episode 4, Guilty of Innocence. Okay. And I can't remember where we should start on this. I like this beginning part anyway, so we'll just play it. Look at that. That's Proverbs. That's straight out of the Bible, man. Yeehaw! The music is louder, but I do like it. Okay, no handicap parking in the stalls. Okay.
Muxter has a question to go along with the last questions.
Okay. Do you think MPs are better civil cops than combat veterans? I would let Utah Defender answer that question. He was an MP as well as a Green Beret at some points in his military service. So hopefully he'll put an answer in there. Do you think MPs would make better cops in the civilian world, Utah Defender? I don't know. I think military veterans in general would not. Yeah. Okay. That was going to be my opinion, but I wanted to get it right from Utah Defender. So he knows the tactics that even military police use. He when he says I was a cop, when he's talking to cops, he knows exactly what their techniques are. Just Muxter, I know a former MP. He said he could never be a civilian cop. Too corrupt for him. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Our government at all levels hate us and really want to do away with us, especially those that stand up to them. Absolutely. Wow, we're getting a lot of them in here. Okay, rewire and reboot the effing whole system, stop the corruption, and the public servants should not be plotting against anyone, especially vets. And yet they do. Yet they do. Yep. That's my opinion, but I'm correct. Okay. So you could say correct, but I always say that's my opinion, but I'm right. Combat vets are your peaceniks today. I'm right there. Yeah. I believe anybody that has been to war and been in battle, they just want peace in their lives. Yeah, I can believe that. What's your opinion on that, AVA?
100%. I have spent my entire time out of the military trying to regain my civility and what I think is normal.
And the VA definitely does not help with that, do they?
No, no.
All right, so I want to fast forward this a little bit here. So you're in a wheelchair, and they didn't even have handicap parking.
So,
okay, and you're
right,
going
this
here to
facility
see this.
has no. So that I was going there to take care of optometry, but I couldn't find anywhere to park, and all the handicap stalls had these signs in front of it that like the VA sign saying you can't park here, go find somewhere else. And then this guy who told me he was a doctor told me that they were allowed to do that, and I argued with him, and I guess that arguing with him set the beacon off that he had to go and call the cops. Because I demanded that they move the signs out of the way so that I could park there. And I told them, I said, ADA law does not allow you to do this. They said, by
Yeah,
policy,
they're not
we
being ADA compliant. Yeah, and that's a lawsuit right there. I mean, just talk to Phoenix about that one. He's our
There
ADA
is-
expert when it comes to the auditing world. So, yeah, they have to comply with be compliant with the ADA regulations.
They just didn't want to walk up the hill from the parking lot, so they take the parking spots from veterans who need it.
So, and qualified immunity. I think veterans should maybe, if they can acclimate to civilian society and they're not having issues, I think it should be, I don't know, a time limit, maybe like 10 years before they try to do something in the civilian world as a police officer or like a school resource person that could be armed to defend schools. I don't know. It's hard to put an opinion on it because I just don't know, you know. What are your thoughts on that, ADA?
I do agree with putting some time behind yourself with being back into society. As far as having veterans on site, I think that it's a good idea.
Yeah.
In a sense, you know, because personally, I don't think that we're going to just jump to the gun right away.
Not when yeah, especially if it's just kids. You know, these are just kids running around. They might get in a fight. An Army veteran is not going to pull their gun on a kid. You know.
Yeah, and then think like the kids go home and they're saying, "Oh, at our school we have a veteran who's protecting us." If you hear that over day in and day out, people are going to reconsider. Well, I don't know. I can't say for sure, but nobody's going to want to.
Yeah, they'll think twice before they go into a school with you know, armed and trying to unalive people if there was
Right.
a veteran there who is acclimated to society again and
Like a deterrent. You know?
yeah, and is handling their issues well, like potentially PTSD, but they handle it well, and they've kind of
I couldn't do it.
yeah no yeah. There's some veterans that just should never be in that kind of a situation ever again. So, and we're not going to discuss your military service. So, be at ease there, brother. All right.
Roger.
Okay, so this guy is saying he's a doctor, but he's not. Am I right?
Correct.
Is that kind of okay? So he's generating this report against you, a false police report, and you did send me that document too. It's just I don't know how to blur out your private information. Have you ever posted those documents on your channel?
Yeah, they're in. I haven't I think I posted them in the community page, but that was probably 2 years ago. So you have to dig. But I can.
So
I don't have a redacted version.
okay. I would redact them and then post them on your community page. That way, it shows that you have the receipts for all these false police reports that have been generated against you. And this one by a fake doctor who said he was a doctor in that report. Did he say he was a doctor?
No, so that's how I found out. In the report, he puts that he's a nurse, but he told me he was a doctor, as if that was going to make me follow his directions and comply.
So he tried to say he was a higher authority than what he really was.
Correct.
Okay. Well, here's a lot of documents. So these are
That was my account of what had happened.
okay.
So that I turned that into the patient advocate. Patient advocate told me they couldn't do anything.
Okay. So what actually happened here then when you went there?
The police report got filed. I never got spoken to for the rest of that day. The next morning, I was called by the police, and they told me that by VA policy, the VA is allowed to take those spots. And again, I had to argue about ADA, and the police kept insisting policy, policy, policy. And then when I finally got this report, they placed another report against me to the behavior committee because I wasn't following directions. And the actual chief of the police, the VA chief of police, told them to submit my name because I would not comply.
When in actuality, they were not complying to their own policies because if you're not compliant with the ADA, and see, all of these entities, all these government entities, they think it's not important to be ADA compliant. They just kind of ignore the laws when it comes to people's disabilities. They just think it's not a big deal when it actually is. So, all right.
It really is. There's people that are worse off than me that need to be next to the door and get in without having to utilize. They don't. Some of these people are multiple limbs missing, and they're taking the spots from them.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And Culture Club Behavioral Committee? Question mark? Seriously?
Oh,
question mark? Yes.
If you don't comply, they submit your name to what's called the Disruptive Behavior Committee. And if you get so many complaints against you, they flag you so that every time your name comes up in the system, it pops up with a flag saying, "Be aware, this person's non-compliant," or they don't comply, or they're angry.
And then they automatically take on this defensive mode when you show up, or they just want to cancel your appointment without even telling you because they don't want to see you because you're flagged like that.
And the other thing is that they don't know you. Like some of these doctors have never met me, and they go off of what's inside of the file.
And even in the civilian world, doctors communicate with each other saying that this patient is such and such and so, and then when you see a new doctor, it's like automatically they have um, this preconceived notion about you whenever you show up. So it happens in the civilian world too, but I don't think it's as egregious as what's happening in the VA. Where is the fucking behavioral committee for the VA workers? Yeah, where's
true.
their behavioral? Yeah. Disruptive behavior question mark for not being treated with care and respect you deserve? Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody be pissed off, right?
Let me kind of explain. AVA Culture Club is a supporter of the community. However, she is from a different genre. Her genre is more of the um, entertainment side of it. So a lot of these things that we're talking about that we know that we have firsthand experience of, it's like opening her eyes. And this is another way that we're able to get the word out is because we do have these supporters from different genres who are listening
And
and
learning.
and they're telling their friends and their friends are telling their friends. So the questions that she's asking are not meant to be disrespectful. It's actually she's learning and it's
Yeah.
opening her eyes and it's a complete shock.
Yeah. And she's not completely ignorant of these things. I mean, she was a reporter too in New York City. So she knows a little bit of things, but yeah, not everything, especially when it comes to certain specifics and down to the brass tacks and details of everything. So
Well,
that's why
to
she's
me, it makes
asking
you
these
think, like, how many, I mean, it's probably countless, but how many veterans have been wrongfully put into the disruptive behavior committee just because they said no or that they would not accept the answer that was given to them? As far as I've seen, every single veteran that's spoken out to advocate for themselves has been submitted to the committee.
And folks, what we're showing today is really kind of tame stuff in comparison to what AVA has actually gone through. Think about having surgery without any anesthesia. Okay, and you can go to his channel and you can actually see reports on that kind of stuff. We're not really sharing everything today, so there's much more egregious things that we're not really getting into today.
Right.
So, Eric Miller, there is a growing community of veterans on YouTube sharing their stories, and almost all have a letter. Oh, okay, quote unquote letter. Would this be a behavioral letter
Yes.
that you're talking
I
about?
know what he's
Eric?
referencing
Yeah. Okay.
because he's received one too.
And if I dealt with the VA, I'd probably get a letter too. I'd probably be red flagged, and as soon as I show up, they'd want to kick me out because I don't put up with any bullshit like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, we're not going to talk about that today. Just go to his channel and you'll see some things that he references. Let's go ahead and present this next video here. Evil episode 7. So we've skipped 5 and 6 and 3. So if you guys want to get the whole story on a lot of this stuff, you just got to go to his channel and go through his videos. You'll learn a lot. Let's just go ahead and start this one. I like the beginnings anyway.
You called down the thunder, well now you got it.
Do you want to be free from fear? One of the one in authority. Then do what is right and you will be commended. Romans 13:3. There we go. Here, secure messaging. So you were basically kicked out of this system where you could even communicate in that system?
Yes. And the thing that sucks is that you can't, when you make a phone call, you never get to talk to anybody because they all go to answering services.
So you couldn't even
So
communicate that you needed an appointment. You'd have to go down there in person, say, "Hey, I need to make an appointment," and then
Exactly.
then all hell would break loose because of obviously with everything that's been happening to you, you are going to record,
Right. So it's almost like they were trying to
and it
set me up.
triggers them. It triggers them. Yeah, yeah, trying to set you up and really just continue the discrimination, really. And it's not just to one, and it's any vet. I'll bet it's any vet that decides to record things. They do not want cameras because they know they're doing wrong things. They know they're not being above board. Um, and it's the cameras that they don't want in there because they don't want to be exposed. And yet they're being exposed by simply doing things to veterans that have cameras. That's exposing them in itself, in my opinion, but I'm right. Um, felt unsafe. He's going to make an outside complaint. We don't want any outside complaints. Killed as a result of similar circumstances. I mean, it's just all negativity in these reports of you. It's all
Yeah,
and it's
she went online and pulled pictures of me from the internet, and it has pictures of me playing airsoft, and I'm using fake guns
paintball.
that have a bright
Paintball.
orange tip. Yeah, she calls it paintball because she doesn't know any better, but tries to make it seem like I'm going to come in there and kill people. Or sorry, to delete people.
Right.
Yeah, it says right there, service connected disabled, and stated that she had saw social media posts.
She
And then
personally
she
knew of
stated that it
doctors
was
that have
not
been killed.
right.
Jesus. I mean, talk about a Karen. My Lord.
And then she was worried about her safety and this
again, I've
other
never even seen
person's
this lady.
safety.
Yeah. Why is she even working in this field? Apparently, she thinks all veterans are a danger because they've been at war, they've killed people, they've done things. It's
Exactly,
like,
and there's tons of other veterans that play sports like I do, you know?
yeah, it's like she should not be working in this field at all and working with veterans because she's looking at them all in a very similar way, I'll bet. Go ahead, Nikki.
Now, did this incident take place in front of you, AVA?
No, okay, so I had no idea that she filed this police report. I actually requested a different police report, and they sent this to me by accident, and that's how I found out that she was involved.
Wow. So
So
two-faced.
none of this happened in my presence.
Yeah.
But it did happen in front of someone else because it's like, Rathor approached while I was speaking with Mike.
Yeah, so that's the police officer that they try to convince him that I'm a terrorist.
Okay.
So they're conspiring with each other is what they're doing, and
Right,
using
and that police officer, Spurgeon, he's actually part of the committee, the behavior committee, which blows my mind. Is that's the one officer that they speak to.
Oh my Lord. So yeah, it's like they're all conspiring to not give services to veterans, certain veterans that they don't like, that might speak up, that might record them and tell them that they're going to be accountable if they screw you over. They just want to destroy you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Shitty picture of you. Really shitty. And it's sickening. It's absolutely egregious.
I did put the pictures in there so people could see which ones she turned into the police.
Okay. And this is video here, right? Okay, so let's just play this video then.
So this video is me going to the executive office where the chief of staff and the director are at. That's their offices. And this is me trying to make an appointment to talk to them about the way I've been getting treated.
Okay.
I'll make a call with them.
Also,
I'm texting them in the back right now.
So this is the right room.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and have a seat, sir.
Okay.
All right, sir. Go ahead. Grab someone.
Okay. I hope there's not a back door for them to run out of. The guy did say he was texting them while they were in the back. Hurry up and wait.
All right, sir. Can I get your? And I was told that the chief of staff isn't available right now, but could I get your name and number, and they'll get back to you?
No.
No.
You guys already know why I'm here. There's no need to dilly-dally and play around with me. I physically showed up because you guys are continuously playing games with me.
Is that? I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So you might not know what the situation is, but they're very well aware of it. The chief of staff is available, but just not for me.
I see. I see.
So, I mean, I could sit here all day. Like I told, I guess it's Hayward or whoever the assistant is back there.
Mhm.
Told her today's my day off. So I've got all the time. I could stay here till you guys close.
Okay. Let me go ahead and let them know that.
Yeah, I'm not leaving.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm calm.
Okay. I relayed the message.
And what was their response?
They said so. I'm not too sure. They didn't give me. I said send someone.
You're right, Muckster. How are you allowed in public when you played Army and when you were a child? Yeah. It's like that's kind of what they do now. It's our country, and tell me if you agree with this, AVA. Our country's been pansified. Just a bunch of
100%. I agree. We unleashed snowflakes.
Yeah, snowflakes. Yeah, Karens, Darrens, scaredy cats. They need to call ambulances. All right.
That's all. That's all. So
Okay, that doesn't. So who's someone? I mean, you're giving me vague answers. I understand you guys want to be standoffish with me. Not you.
He meant to say police. Yeah, someone's coming. Someone's coming. Don't worry. Everything's good. Someone's coming. Someone's coming to protect us from you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good Lord. They just don't want to tell you what's happening because because they're coming at you.
You
So,
and I have never. In fact, I'm going to turn this away.
No, go ahead.
Where I'm sitting at behind me in the upper left-hand corner, there's a camera, and I've requested the footage from that camera 3 times now, and they will not release it.
Okay. There we go.
Way. So you and I have never encountered each other. I have no issue with you. I don't want you to be involved in this. They know what's going on. And if they want to continually play games with me, like I said, I've got all day, man.
Yeah, sorry about that, sir.
You don't have to apologize for them. Okay? They know they messed up and they're trying to make me disappear, which I don't play games like that. So I'll be here. They called the cops on me. Good. How are you? That's your guys' someone. They called the cops on me again for trying to add.
So you're saying it's just one cop that showed up? It should have been a 3-man fire team.
No. It's one cop right now, and then 2 more are going to come.
Oh, so they got the 3-man fire team. Okay, gotcha. It's like, and you know this is happening. Yeah, okay. It's like all because they don't want to take a meeting with you and let you redress your grievances. They want to cover everything up and make it look like you're the mean person, not them.
Right.
Advocate for my own health care.
I usually just sign it with my PID card.
Hands out. Not a threat. You want me to step outside, man? I'll step outside. Keep your privacy. Another one? What's up, man? Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Oh, I'm not leaving the area. I'm just giving him privacy so he can make his phone call because I respect people like that. So this is how I get treated, you know?
Utah Defender, is there somebody at the VA that are in charge and won't shit themselves because they have to see a veteran?
That's a good question. That's pretty funny.
I doubt it. Utah Defender, they all want to shit themselves, and that's why they're so scared of veterans. That's why watch lists and be leery of veterans. It's stupid.
Why hire civilians if they're just going to be scared?
Yeah. They need to hire other veterans. Is what they need to do. People that understand veterans, and are not going to, shake with fear every time they see somebody, especially a combat veteran. Oh my God, is he going to kill us? Oh, stupid. Okay.
Well, you ask for help, and they give you the boot. They don't want to make me an appointment. They don't want to meet with me in the coffee shop. Here they come.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. McCoy? I'm Dan.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. I'm the acting director.
I came to speak to Mr. Cahill.
Yeah, he's in a meeting right now, so I know he's not available at the moment. I was able to interrupt and ask him. He did tell me that there's a meeting this afternoon, that there's going to be a discussion related to your situation, and he felt at this time he really can't contribute much to the conversation between the two of you.
I didn't even want to have a conversation between him and I. I requested information and it came this far because I was being refused. I shouldn't even be here. I agree with you guys.
I'm confused. What information?
Of course you're confused because they didn't give you the information, sir.
No, I don't. You're here. I'm
All right, can we go to an office? Because he's trying to work. I'm not trying to create a disturbance. He's on the phone trying to get into the computer.
Yeah, sure, we can go across the hall.
All right.
Deputy Medical Director Daniel, this guy, is just there to see if he can get rid of you, right? That's what his orders are. Yeah. He's not going to hear anything that you have to say, what information that you want. I mean, I already know how this is going to go, and I haven't seen this one yet. So here we go.
Looks like somebody else beat us to it.
All right, well, I can do it out here. I just don't want to bother him. He looks like he's busy. So, reason why I wanted to talk to you guys is because you guys have Mr. Kimball, right, in charge of the patient advocate office here.
He's the assistant chief here.
Okay, well, he shouldn't be. Anyway, he's my main complaint, and according to, well, I mean, I've left messages with their staff, and everybody seems to think that I'm joking and wants to laugh at me. You guys, not you guys, but the entire healthcare team here thinks that me requesting help is a joke. I'm being refused policies that are enacted, right? Nobody can show me these. And when you say that you guys are discussing my case, I find that highly unlikely for the fact that I was already denied, right? So how can you say you're actively trying to pursue my case when you already made a decision? This is what I'm being told by my primary care, that I'm being denied care because chief of staff said he doesn't qualify.
Wait a minute. That last name. Let me go back here. I need to find that again. Where is that picture of her?
Go back.
Go back. Back. Back.
Just play it from right there.
Okay.
Of course you're confused because they didn't give you the information, sir.
No, you're here. I'm just
All
trying
right,
to
can we go to an office? Because he's trying to work. I'm not trying to create a disturbance. He's on the phone trying to get into the computer.
Sure, we can get
Yeah.
across the hall.
All right.
Where are the people?
Looks like somebody else beat us to it.
All right, well, I can do it out here. I just don't want to bother him. He looks like he's busy. So, reason why I wanted to talk to you guys is because you guys have Mr. Kimball, right, in charge of the patient advocate office here.
He's the assistant chief here.
Okay, well, he shouldn't be. Anyway, he's my main complaint, and according to, well, I mean, I've left messages with their staff, and everybody seems to think that I'm joking and wants to laugh at me. You guys, not you guys, but the entire healthcare team here thinks that me requesting help is a joke. I'm being refused policies that are enacted, right? Nobody can show me these. And when you say that you guys are discussing my case, I find that highly unlikely for the fact that I was already denied, right? So how can you say you're actively trying to pursue my case when you already made a decision? This is what I'm being told by.
Right here. Primary care doctor. Did you misspell this on purpose, or is that?
Yeah, I did the question mark because I don't consider her a doctor. She should lose her license.
Right. But that last name.
Rathor?
Yeah, let's break it down. Rat whore. That's what I wanted to put out there. And I mean, because she's the one that really is the fire starter here in all of this, right? She's the one
Yes,
that's, and she's never met you in person. She's never kept an appointment, and she's supposed to be your primary care doctor.
Yeah, she's never even seen my face. No telehealth, or I've only spoken to her over the phone. We have never seen each other's faces.
Wow. And she is a bully, okay? The VA has an anti-bully policy, yet bullies veterans all day, every day, and they don't want bullied into doing their job. Ah, yeah. So so they're bullying you, and they're by saying that you're bullying them into doing their job. Basically, is what it's coming down to here. It's sick. So what happens here in the end? Do they give you the boot, or you don't get to see anybody?
Pretty much
I'm sure.
They just blow hot air up my butt, basically telling me what I want to hear.
Yeah, and then this guy's just trying to get rid of you as directed by the chief.
And I tell them that. I said, I know that you're out here making excuses for them, and I'm not taking it.
Yep. Okay.
But
if you guys want
long
to see the
story
rest of
short,
this video, yep. If you guys want to see the rest of this one, go to his channel. This last one, man, I really got a kick out of this because you really got this guy. You really got him. And I really wanted to show everybody this last one here. This guy is a security guy, and we're going to talk about the little black window in this one. So let me get to the actual interview with this security guy. Honoring. Oh, first, no, I want to go ahead and play this beginning part here too. I found it very funny. Here we go.
When I retired from the military, and even though I hung up my uniform, I never hung up my commitment.
I've loved law enforcement ever since I was little, but coming here working law enforcement took on a totally different aspect.
For me, it's a sense of pride that I take in the job.
This is an extension of my commitment that I gave.
This is one way that I.
So they're talking about the VA police, guys, and how highly trained they are. Here we go.
I'm able to reach out and do something for the veterans.
We are actually more trained and more well-trained in all aspects of law enforcement than most of your civilian law enforcement agencies.
They meet the same standards as the academy that teaches the FBI, the Secret Service, the U.S. Marshals, Homeland Security.
She's going to be covering here and here. We do training every month, all year long. We're required to do active threat response training 4 times a year.
Push out the head.
We do ground defense recovery and defensive tactics 4 times a year.
Yeah, because we got to defend against all of these veterans coming into our facilities. I mean, we need to train on shooting and pain control, and because when these guys come in, they're a threat. They're a threat. We're at war. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to point out with this video, is that they don't have it in their mind any other way other than we are a threat to them.
Yep. So veteran.
Every officer is required to shoot 800 rounds with a pistol a year minimum, and 120 rounds a year with their rifle. Fire. We qualify with pistols twice a year, rifles once a year. We qualify with the iron sights and with optics for the rifle.
99.9% of the veterans that come through our doors have a higher level of training. So that's why communication is important.
We can teach you tactics, we can teach you procedures, we can teach you how to shoot. But compassion, that's from the heart.
This is a fairly young agency in the realm of
Compassion, that's from the heart, and they don't have any.
Nope.
All of that other training. I mean, it's like they're being brainwashed into thinking they got to have all that training because there's a threat coming in. Yeah, they're talking about all escalation tactics instead of de-escalation. Yeah,
Because we're better trained and we're faster, quicker than them, I guess, even though we're all hurt and disabled.
yeah. Still a threat though. Wow, we're dangerous. Yeah, veterans are dangerous. All right, here we go.
law enforcement that's growing in the right direction. So we want someone who can contribute and who's willing to give that 110% and make it a win-win for both of us.
Remember me?
Okay, so I looked at the policy about blacking out those windows, and there is no policy that states that you guys are allowed to do that. So I was wondering when you're going to take the tint out of the windows.
There's no policy.
You did tell me that you had an issue with it when we spoke the last time.
The policy for that we can't, there's no policy that says we can or we can't.
That there's no policy that states that you are allowed to black out the windows.
But is there a policy that says we
And don't you forget it, Green Beret. Oh, silly.
can't? There's no policy stating anything that you can or cannot.
Okay.
So there's no, if you feel that that's a security issue, then it should be in a policy.
Okay. I'll have to reevaluate. maybe the medical center policies, maybe it's a local thing. Did you
No,
look at the local medical center policies?
Yes, sir. I went to ROI and requested every policy.
Okay.
And they told me in a FOIA request document that those don't exist. Actually, the words are no record found.
Okay. I'll give you some other breadcrumbs. Maybe try the VA physical security design and resiliency manual and see if there's anything there. Because generally it says that police operations aren't to be on a publicly accessible area.
That's not true because it's part of the SOP.
No, if you go to the design manual, have you looked at the design and resiliency manual?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Yeah, maybe because generally police operations.
Where would I find that?
It should be online. You can look up VA Physical Security Design and Resiliency Manual.
Okay. But that's why I'm going directly to you, since you are the physical security specialist. That you should know the actual policy instead of trying to run me off to go read it myself. I'm asking you, the physical security specialist.
Special officer duty.
Well, I'm telling you the guideline, not the policy, the guideline is that our police operations is generally not on a publicly accessible.
What is that? That's not okay.
So that's access control.
That's what I'm asking you.
Okay.
I'm asking you guys when you're going to remove the tint, because that doesn't promote transparency, especially when the VA has you guys be our first line of supervision.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's that?
That's the same person who also just went live, and we lost about 14 people to him.
See how he is? I don't. He don't pay attention. All right, here we go.
I don't. Let me revisit it, and I'll get back with you.
Yeah, let me revisit it, and I'll get back with you. He has no intention of getting back with you on anything, does he?
No.
And
He never contacted me after this.
Yeah, window tint never comes down either. These guys, they just gaslight and placate and try to get out of doing something that would be the right thing to do. It would make me uncomfortable to walk into a room looking at my reflection, knowing that there's somebody behind there that can actually see me.
And that's the way they want you to communicate with them too, is to just stare at yourself while you're talking to them.
Yeah, yeah. And the reason they have this is tactical reasons, because you're a threat. Everything
That's
comes
what
down
he told
to
me too.
we veterans are threats. And he does say it in here. I'll continue.
But I will look. I think that I think the tint has advantages.
To who? The whole reason why you guys operate at the VA is for the patients. It's not about your safety. It's about our safety.
No, I wholeheartedly agree with you. But it's not my safety. It's the police's safety. It's the police's safety. It's the police's safety.
I'm telling you that you are the physical security specialist, and you're telling me that you can't take the tint out of the window because you feel that there's an advantage to it. What is that advantage, and who is that helping?
Well, there's a tactical advantage.
I've contacted a congressman in the past, and yeah, there's no useful response. And I know for a fact that ABA has tried to contact his congressman. And it's even on video that he had a meeting with one of the underlings of that congressman. And the guy was an empty suit and it never went anywhere. Never heard from him again either, right, ABA?
Correct.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're useless. Our landlord is a vet, and they couldn't go to local hospital over a horrible cut finger and had to travel all the way to Lexington, Kentucky. VA. Yeah, I can believe that. What he should have done was just went to the emergency room if it was a serious thing like that, and then the VA would have reimbursed it. Hopefully,
right?
If they actually pay the bills, yeah, which half the time they don't like to. you're supposed to get prior authorization. Well, I didn't know I was cutting my finger off that day. Otherwise, I would have. You know, I even ran into a situation. I'll tell you a personal story. I was a medical biller for a cardiologist, and we had a veteran that came in to get a nuclear stress test. And the cost, the bill is about $4,000 to get a nuclear stress test. And that's all he had was VA, right? So I called the VA because we were having a hard time getting paid. And, so I let the call be on hold, and I was doing other work, and it was 6 hours later that a guy named Buddy came on the phone. And I said, well, we've got a veteran here. We haven't been paid. Here's the, the reference number. Are you folks going to pay the bill, or do we have to bill the patient? He said he knows that he has to call and get a prior authorization before he gets any kind of test done out in the community. So yeah, bill the patient. And I said, okay, well, can I get a reference number from you? He said, yeah, Buddy, I'm the only one here. So I waited 6 hours on the phone for this guy to come on the phone to talk to me about denying a benefit. Can you imagine veterans calling and having to wait 6 hours just to get a prior authorization to go somewhere? And all they have is Buddy there to help them? Yeah. So
I've had a situation where they leave me on hold, and then they'll pick up and put me back in the queue when I was like number 2, and send me all the way to the back of the line, being number 25 again.
mm-hmm. They probably recognize your phone number. Said, oh no, we don't want to talk to that guy. Yeah. Crazy.
For sure. A tactical advantage. Why do you need a tactical advantage? We're not at war anymore. You know that, right? Well, no. I mean, tactical is not just specific to military jargon anymore. You have strategic and tactical. That was done before I got there. I'll take a gander at it and see if I can find anything. What I'm going to do is go specific.
For you. Do you want that tent up? Do you feel that it's necessary? I mean, honestly, do you personally feel that it's necessary?
I work out of that office a lot, and you know what I do, right? I'm the one who I enroll all the cards for everybody's like door access, the card reader system. Yeah. So yeah, I honestly, for me, it has its advantages and disadvantages. Having it up, I mean, it's up in the ED as well.
So is that
an issue?
Your office is absolutely fine. I'm not worried about your office. Okay, I'm worried about when I come into the building, I see a giant blacked out window that says police services or dispatch. Okay, and I don't like I spoke to you the last time that when we were in person, I told you I don't feel that it's comfortable speaking through a wall.
A wall to save civilization.
I see your point. And I'm,
because if you think that
I know
if you think it's a tactical security issue, you guys think that we're at war. There's no.
Yeah, they think they're at war. It's tactical to have that up there to protect them and the police, not the veteran. And he does. If we go further, you can tell because he actually says too, doesn't he, ABA, that I have the ability to take it down, to take the tent off of there.
But he doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to. Yeah, and he didn't do it either. So.
No. But that's also when you walk into the emergency department here at my VA, the very first thing you see is a giant blacked out window. So it doesn't matter which entrance you come in, you're going to see a giant blacked out window.
Mm-hmm. And this is how our veterans are being treated, folks. So, and we are right at 2 hours, 2 hours and 1 minute. Nikki, have you got anything to add here?
No, not on this one, other than what I've already said. I would definitely be getting in trouble um, because I have
Me
a
too.
big mouth. And Cliff, now have proof of that. I do
Yeah,
want to say,
you did your first your first audit. We're probably going to show that on our channel at some point. You don't back down either. It was really cool. I liked it. We're going to share it at some point.
what I was going to say is, due to some issues in the SCARS 501 organization, the SCARS website and donation links have been scrubbed. The SCARS organization is still ongoing. They have to redo the website and everything. The GoFundMe and the Give Send Go are still good. So if you guys want to donate to them, you can use the GoFundMe or the Give Send Go, or you can go to the Angry Vets page and use the links there for SCARS. Just putting that out there so everyone knows.
Perfect. A Veterans Affair Media. Make sure you folks go to his channel, subscribe, watch his body of work. I've spent the last few days looking at videos, and I can tell you there's a lot of stuff that we did not cover today. If you watch it, you'll see that this guy is a true advocate, not only just for himself, but I believe he's also teaching others how to be advocates for themselves. And I think it's going to affect change in the VA. I pray it will. Maybe someday I'll even apply to get VA benefits once we don't hear about all the horror stories that have been going on. So, Veterans Affairs Media, I thank you for being on this panel with us today and letting us show some of the body of work that you've been doing. I think you are an inspiration to any other veteran out there that wants to seek and get veterans benefits. Always record your government, folks. And do you have any parting words before we run the outro?
Yes, I do. I want to say thank you to you, Cliff, and to Nikki for giving me the time and platform to share my story. Thank you to everybody in the chat for being here and spending your afternoon with us. All I want is for my story to be shared. The more people that find out that these types of things are happening, the faster we can try to enact change for the next veteran.
Absolutely. And yes, thanks everyone for being here, and thanks for sharing this video, and thanks for sharing all of Veterans Affairs Media's videos after you watch them. I'm saying this in advance. Share, 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 and leave comments. And having said that, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. Here comes, Nikki, you have something. I heard you.
Yeah, I just want to say, AVA, thank you for allowing us to share your story. Hopefully, once you got to the top of that roller coaster at the beginning of the show, it just kind of leveled out for you.
It definitely did. I'm a lot more relaxed.
Good. Good. All right. And if you want to stay behind after the outro's done, you can chat further. I want to get you Utah Defender's phone number.
Okay.
As you did say, we could give that out. So just hang on and enjoy the outro. Here it comes.
In the heart of the Vigilance Committee, where the sun sets low and the spirits run free, we stand together, hand in hand, watching over the sacred land. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. same through the trials and the tests. We'll always give our best through the storms and the darkest night. We'll shine our light, we'll stand and fight for the ones we love, for the ones we've lost. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll never cost. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, it will never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. In the quiet of the night, we'll keep the watch, we'll hold on tight. In the Vigilance Committee, we'll stand tall. Together we'll rise, together we'll fall. We're the keepers of the flame. In the Vigilance Committee, it will never be the same. Through the trials and the tests, we'll always give our best. In the heart of the Vigilance Committee, where the sun sets low and the spirits run free, we'll stand together, hand in hand, watching over the sacred in the heart of the Vigilance Committee, where the sun sets low and the spirits run free, we'll stand together, hand in hand, watching over the sacred land.